This week, the new civil engineer took a look behind the scenes at the Thames Tideway Super Sewer project, which seeks to clean up the Thames while increasing the capacity of the capital's sewers.
Okay, so my name's John Gullick. I'm the Deputy Delivery Manager here on the central section of the Tideway project. I've been on the project for about 8 years now, so I've seen quite a few challenges, both from engineering, environmental and the people-related aspects of the work. There are probably 2 or 3 main engineering challenges that we've had to face. The first of these is that we have an enormous sewer that we're building, which is going to be a new artery sewer for London, and we are not just crossing the river, we're going under the river, and we're having to deal with many types of geology and deal with different types of tunnelling techniques to do this. Nothing like this has been done in Europe before. We're building a 25-kilometre long tunnel through London, which is one of the busiest cities in the world, and we have this iconic river that we're having to try and clean up, not just for the environmental benefit, but to ensure that people have a resource that is fit for their use as well. When we're building our shafts, we're using different types of tunnelling techniques. These are ranging from doing diaphragm walling, where we have challenging ground conditions, and this allows us to ensure that the working areas are kept dry and safe for the workforce, and also contains any pollutants that might be in the local ground to the sites. Where we have space constraints as well, we're building into the river, and so we'll utilise sprayed concrete lining techniques. This requires a much smaller footprint and is a faster technique and enables us to get the work done to a programme that means that we'll be able to see the benefits of the project a lot quicker. So one of the biggest of our specific challenges is around our Blackfriars foreshore site. This is right in the heart of London and is close to not just Blackfriars station itself, but the Waterloo and City line, and we have the river embankment where there's gas mains and utilities running within. We have the Old Fleet River that's discharging at this point, which we're intercepting, and this has a really significant flow of about 50 cubic metres per second when it's in discharge mode. And to put this into context, this is like seeing Teddington Weir overflowing from the top of the walkie-talkie. So we're talking Teddington Weir 60 cubic metres a second falling from a height of about 50 metres. And so how do we do this without taking that energy and the air that will be entrained in that system into the tunnel? So what we've done is we've designed our systems through either using vortex drops or a cascade system to be able to remove and dissipate the energy and the air from this process, and so that we won't see the geysers that have been popular on YouTube from other systems that have been built around the world. Here in the central section, we're hoping to start our tunnelling operations very soon. In the background here at Kirtling Street, you can see our acoustic shed, where we have both of our tunnel machines waiting to go at the bottom of the shaft in their launch adits. We've had our first 2 gantries lowered into position over the last week or so, and we're hoping to start tunnelling towards the end of November this year. The second machine will be launched soon after that, whilst in the west of the project we're looking towards next summer, and in the east the final of the tunnel boring machines will be launched towards the back end of 2019. So the environmental challenge for this project is that we have a lot of raw sewage that's being discharged into the river every year, which is not an acceptable position to be in. Typically this could be over 50 million tonnes of sewage every year coming in. So by finishing this project, we'll be cleaning up the river so that wildlife will continue to return and people will be able to use the river for their leisure activities and have a river and a resource that they're proud of when they're in London.